Shalom from Israel. My name is Avi Melamed, and I am the founder and president of Inside the Middle East Intelligence Perspectives. This is a special briefing following the US attack last night on the Iranian military compound in East Syria next to the Syrian-Iraqi border crossing known as Qaim or Bukamal. In this briefing, I would like shortly to contextualize that significant event. The Mullah regime that came to power in Iran in 1979 is guided by an hegemonic vision that the Jordanian king, Abdullah II, called the Shiite or the Iranian crescent. This is a very brutal, aggressive, violent vision, and it's based upon the scatter of dozens of armed militias that the Mullah regime funds, arms in different parts of the Middle East to achieve its goal. It's known as the axis of the resistance. The Iranian Al-Quds force, which is an elite force within the within the Islamic Iranian Revolutionary Guards, is the one that is responsible in guiding, operating, and commanding all those militias. A very significant part of the Iranian hegemonic vision is the land corridor that you see right in front of you that stretches all the way from Iran, crossing through Iraq, Syria, ending up in Lebanon and the Mediterranean. To a large extent today, the Iranian has a lot of control over this corridor today, mostly using their proxies that are scattered on the ground. Lebanon, that is controlled actually by the Hezbollah, a major, the most significant Iranian proxy. Iranian militias, Iranian-backed militias that are operating in Syria, and actually parts of Syria is occupied physically by the Iranian. In Iraq, there are different Shiite Iraqi militias that are also massively armed, supported by the Iranians. All those militias that you see right in front of you are very significant for that component of the Iranian hegemonic vision, and that is this part of the land corridor. The land corridor presents a very severe threat to the state of Israel. One of the major purposes of the land corridor that the Iranians are trying to do is to stream all the time, constantly, missiles, weapons, militants crossing from Iraq into Syria and close to Israel as part of a large Iranian plan in the end of the day to eliminate the state of Israel. This is a very severe threat, and you may be aware of the fact that there has been constant Israeli attacks on Iranian military forces and proxies based in Syria, including in the eastern part of Syria, including the specific area that was attacked last night by the United States. Let us zoom in and see that specific crossing, border crossing of Qaim or Bukamal. You could see here this red arrow. This is Iraq. This is Syria, this is the crosshair boarding, and this is a military compound that Iran built on the Syrian side in the last couple of years, known as Imam Ali compound. You could see this from this satellite picture right here. This is the area. This is the Iraqi-Syrian borderline right here. You could see this highway that connects Iraq entering to Syria. This is the area of Qaim on the Iraqi side. This is the area of the town of Bukamal on the Syrian side. The Imam Ali compound that Iran built in the last couple of years is a very significant component in the Iranian land corridor. It serves as a transition station through which the Iranians are streaming missiles, militants, ammunitions, and weapons from Iraq to Syria to strengthen their control on this land corridor. There are reports that in that compound, there are also bunkers and tunnels that are storing missiles. Also, there has been recently reports that a couple of hours before the attack last night, there has been a large convoy of trucks crossing from the Iraqi side to the Syrian side and heading towards the Iranian military compound of Imam Ali. Reportedly, those trucks contained ammunitions, missiles, and so on. You can understand, therefore, that the US attack on that compound is very significant once you understand this enormous significance of this compound in the context of the Iranian dangerous and aggressive land corridor and hegemonic vision. I'm Avi Melamed. Thank you for watching and listening. Until our next meeting, stay well and shalom from Israel.